Hi, I'm Dr. Curtis Lehmann, and I'm joined by Dr. Jennifer Payne and Dr. William Whitney, and we're talking about spirituality in SBIRT practice. Sometimes professionals have difficulty addressing religion and spirituality when conducting SBIRT or in any conversation with a client because they don't know how to do it. But in SBIRT, the tools of motivational interviewing are actually very useful in facilitating that conversation. In particular, the use of the OARS. And now, OARS is an acronym that stands for open-ended questions, affirmations, reflections, and summarizing. And when you use those tools in your conversation, it really allows you to bring out the ways that the client's religion and spirituality might bear on their substance use, whether that might be as a resource or perhaps as a barrier. Now, Dr. Whitney is going to share a little bit more about how resistance can be overcome in the brief intervention.
Thanks, Dr. Lehmann. One of the issues that might arise when inquiring about a client's religion or spirituality in relation to their substance use is resistance. You might find that a client is resistant to talking about it. So there's three basic things that we want to remember when we encounter resistance in our inquiry into religion and spirituality in SBIRT. The first thing is that resistance is always done in the service of the psychological survival of the client. And what I mean by that is that clients aren't simply trying to just not talk about this or they're being defensive, but the reason that they're not talking about this is to preserve a solid sense of self. It's that they must not talk about it. So we need to understand that we encounter resistance in the same kind of way that we would handle it in any other motivational interviewing situation, which is that we roll with resistance. We use resistance as an opportunity to lean in, to listen more intently, and to try to come alongside the client to help and to give them support. And finally, when resistance occurs, let's think of it as an opportunity to explore how religion, faith, and spirituality might actually be a barrier to someone's substance use. And in doing that, we can provide a better and more quality referral to treatment and to also provide a better guidance along the way as we refer them to treatment.
Thank you, Dr. Whitney. I agree. The challenge in SBIRT is adapting to the level of readiness of the client. Rather than persuading the client to stop using, I find it much more helpful to be affirming, empathic, and individualizing the conversation to the person that's in front of me. My goal is not to convince them to stop using, but rather to help them acknowledge the drawbacks that are there with their use and to help them think about ways that they can start to begin the process of change. Now, Dr. Payne, could you say a little bit about how spirituality fits into the referral to treatment process?
Absolutely, Dr. Lehmann. So the R&T in SBIRT is a vital piece of SBIRT. However, the referral piece is only as strong as the resources that are in the community where the consumer lives and resides. So sometimes consumers want agency referrals that reflect their faith values. However, quality evidence-based treatment is sometimes scarce in lower economic and resource-poor communities. And also there's a challenge in ensuring that positive collaboration exists between all the stakeholders, which include the consumer, the treatment agency, and the consumer's faith leader. And this is why a warm handoff is really important. If we're able to walk the client through the referral process, if we're able to ensure that the client doesn't have to call or contact anyone on their own, then we can minimize any with potential problems in regards to a referral. Also, proactively knowing ahead of time and in advance where to refer in our communities can definitely help. So that way we would know which agencies are faith constrained and which are not.
Thanks, Dr. Payne and Dr. Whitney. As you can see, spirituality fits well within both the brief intervention and the referral to treatment.